Official response to Tyson Fury. He just said that if his little brother Timmy Fury loses to me, that he will make him quit boxing and he's going to have to change his last name. He will no longer allowed to be a Fury.
His name's Fury. If he can't beat Jake Paul, I'll have to change his name. How about that?
So you know me, I'm a betting man. I like to make bets. So I'm putting my money up right now. Tommy, if you beat me, I will give you an extra $500,000. However, if you lose, you have to change your last name for 1 year to Tommy Fumbles.
The fight world is in total chaos as Oleksander Usyk just dropped a bombshell on Jake Paul and warned to finish him in the ring. Yep, you heard that right. The heavyweight champion is after the YouTuber turned boxer, and it looks like he's done with Jake's blabbermouth personality. Let's be honest, this Paul brother made an entire career out of challenging everyone and their grandmas for a showdown in the ring, and Usyk is fed up with Jake acting like the king of the boxing world. He wants to set the record straight, and what's a better way to do it than fight it out in the ring? Now, you know Paul's always after the big names, but this time the problem child is running away from it. This fight is more of a mismatch than a showdown. Let's break it down. Oleksander Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champ, has just thrown down the gauntlet to Jake Paul. Can you believe this? The champ is calling out the YouTuber turned boxer. The boxing world is absolutely on fire right now. Usyk wants to show the world who the real boss is. Paul's been calling out everyone from Floyd Mayweather to Conor McGregor, but when the real deal comes knocking, he seems to be a little less confident. This fight is more than just a boxing match. It's a clash of egos and skills. I mean, did you ever expect to see Jake and Usyk in the same frame? This is a crossover straight out of our dreams or nightmares. Usyk isn't just calling out Jake Paul. He wants to finish him. The champ is out for blood. He wants to show the world that there's a massive difference between a real boxer and a YouTuber. Usyk's message is clear. I will break him. I'm very I am too. Now let's talk about Usyk for a sec. This dude is on fire. Tyson Fury just knocked out the Gypsy King. Usyk proved to the world that he's the undisputed heavyweight champion. I mean, who would have thought that Fury, with all his size and power, would get schooled like that? Usyk made him look like a rookie after dominating Fury. You'd think he'd be lining up a rematch with Anthony Joshua or maybe a showdown with Deontay Wilder, right? But nope, we have other plans. He's got his eyes on the prize, and that prize is Jake Paul. Now don't get me wrong. I get it. Big fights mean big money. Everyone wants that payday, and USA is no different. We all saw the turnout. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul has been getting these two are set to step into the ring on November 15th, 2024 at the AT&T Arena, and the hype is through the roof. They even have Netflix on board to live stream the whole bout. And I don't know how it gets bigger than this. Usyk wants the big bucks along with the glitz and glam, and you can't really blame the dude, can you? But let's be real, this is a classic case of David and Goliath. Usyk is the ultimate boxer, and Paul as well. Let's just say he's still learning the ropes. It's like a chess grandmaster playing against a kid who just learned how to move the pieces. Come on, Usyk isn't a newbie in the ring. His skills can outmatch Jake Paul from miles away. Let's talk about Usyk's skills. This guy is a boxing genius. His footwork is like poetry in motion, and his speed is absolutely insane. He can slit and weave like nobody's business. Don't even get me started on his power. This guy packs a serious punch. Usyk's got a boxing IQ that's off the charts. He can read his opponents like an open book and counterpunch with precision. We're talking about a guy who's faced and beaten some of the biggest and baddest guys in the heavyweight division who are way bigger and stronger than Jake Paul. I mean, let's be real, Usyk's resume is stacked. He's faced and defeated guys like Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua, and now Tyson Fury. These are heavyweights, man. They're giants compared to Jake Paul. Usyk's not just survived against these guys, he's dominated them. He's shown incredible heart skill and mental toughness. So when you compare Usyk's opponents to Jake Paul, it's like comparing apples to oranges. It's a completely different level of competition. On the other hand, we have the problem child. Don't get me wrong, the guy's got charisma. He's built a massive following, but let's be real. His boxing resume is about as stacked as a deck of Uno cards. I mean, come on the other hand, we have the problem child. Now, don't get me wrong, the guy's got charisma. He's built a massive following. Let's be real here, his boxing resume is about as stacked as a deck of Uno cards. I mean, come on, we're talking about a guy who stepped into the ring a couple of years ago and suddenly thinks he's the next Muhammad Ali. His resume is a far cry from being loaded. He's been matching up with retired MMA fighters past their prime basketball players and YouTubers who've never thrown a proper punch in their lives. It's like he's cherry-picking opponents. Where's the challenge in that it's not exactly testing your mettle against the best in the world? Is it the only real boxer he's faced is Fury, and we all saw how that ended. Tommy handed him his first loss on a silver platter. It was a brutal reality check. Let's be honest, Jake's skills are still raw every time he steps into the ring. It's like watching a kid try to play in the NBA. There's heart, there's hustle, but the fundamentals just aren't there. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's like a kid who steps into the ring and throws his hands in the air. This guy knows what he's doing, and he's pretty decent for a YouTuber turned boxer. But here's the thing, there are levels to this sport. Let's recall Jake's most recent fight with Mike Perry. The problem child stepped into the ring with Perry on July 20th in Tampa, Florida, and picked up a 6th-round KO ring after making Perry kiss the canvas thrice before finally stopping him. Now Jake was expecting a pat on the back from the fight world after this win, but quite the opposite happened. No one was impressed. It was just another one of Jake's orchestrated wins. I know Perry's a beast and a brawler, but it was clear that he was outmatched by Jake. Not only was the former Disney star way bigger than Perry, but the Platinum Princess wasn't able to put on a show with the gloves on. Maybe it's better if he just sticks to bare knuckle. Jake showed no skill. He just stepped in the ring and came out on top of a guy who was significantly smaller and weaker. Good thing that won't be the case when he fights Alexander. Paul wants to be a world champion, right? Well, this is as real as it gets. He'll be stepping into the ring with the freaking heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. This isn't some washed-up MMA fighter or YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. We're talking about the absolute cream of the crop. This is the ultimate test. Jake's been running his mouth about wanting to fight the best. Well, Usyk is the best. There's no ducking or dodging now. Oscar de la Hoya has been on Jake's case for ages, demanding he fight a real boxer. De la Hoya, all right. Step into the ring with the real deal and we'll talk belts. Well, here's your real deal, Jake. No more excuses. It's time to put up or shove up. This fight will define Jake. Paul's boxing career, either he steps up and proves he's the real deal or he gets exposed for the YouTuber he really is. But you know Jake Paul, you can't take a man's roots away, right? This guy has built this whole persona around being a tough guy. But let's be real, he's been picking on opponents, retired MMA fighters, washed-up athletes, and YouTubers. It's like bullying, to be honest. But that's what he's comfortable with. Jake likes knowing that he'll walk out victorious when he steps into the ring, and you know what guarantees that weak opponents. Now he's stepping into the ring with Tyson. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Tyson is weak. He's the baddest man on the planet after all. He's an absolute beast in the sport, but let's not forget he's 58 years old. Time is undefeated. We've all seen the gym clips. He still has the hands, the speed, and the power, but boxing is as much about physicality as it is mental. Can his body keep up with his legendary mind? That's the big question. We're talking about a guy who once chewed off another fighter's ear. The ferocity, the aggression, it's legendary. But can he still summon that beast from within? And even if he can his body hold up for 12 rounds? This isn't a casual sparring session. This is a heavyweight fight. Age and injuries take their toll. It's going to be a fascinating spectacle, no doubt. But let's not kid ourselves. This is a huge risk for Mike Tyson. And that's exactly what Jake wants. He finds comfort in knowing his opponents aren't in their prime, or else we'd see him put ink on the contract with Usyk in a heartbeat. We've been hearing about Jake's skills being overrated and that he's just a YouTuber with a big mouth. Well, beating Usyk would shut everyone up. It would be the ultimate proof that he's a legitimate boxer. But let's be honest, Jake knows this is a massive risk. He's trying to play it down, trying to act like he's not scared. But deep down, I think he's terrified. Usyk, on the other hand, is all in. He's been calling out Jake, taunting him, It's like Usyk is trying to get inside Jake's head before they even step into the ring. This is going to be a mental battle as much as a physical one. The boxing world is absolutely buzzing about Usyk calling out Jake Paul. It's like everyone's been waiting for this moment. The hype train around Jake Paul has been going full speed for a while, and a lot of people are tired of it. So there you go, Fight World. That's all I have for you today. What do you think about Usyk's warning to finish Jake Paul in the ring? Fill in the comments section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.